Yeah, this was recorded at the same day as the Ultimate video. How can you tell? Now, I'm gonna be doing an Invincible Woman. I'm doing a review of the most recent Fantastic Four arc, Invincible Woman, because I actually really liked it, and I was waiting to get my comics back in order to review it, but then I remembered that my partner's house in Indiana, and so I don't get those for a little bit. So I'm just gonna do it without the comics. I like to show them and show some of the art, but that's fine. It just follows. The Fantastic Four are receiving a message from the universe that they have to go. They need Invisible Woman, and then they realize that there is this message in the fabric of the universe. It's coming from Galactus, and they go to see what's wrong with Galactus. Galactus is being killed by the Invincible Woman, and that's pretty much the bare bones story of the beginning of the arc. And I'm not going to spoil how the arc goes through after that, because if you like it, I think you should do it. Read it. I thought the arc was pretty good, with a pretty weak ending, honestly. I really liked it. I think it's worth your time. I'm not going to tell you whether it's worth your money or not, because if you're reading it online through the official channels, then you already have it. And if you're buying it in person, that's up to you, man. I buy the heroes that I like because I really like those heroes, but I do think it's worth your time. I think it's worth the read. I think the art is great, and that's pretty much the basics. So let's get into what actually happens in this arc and why I think it's bad. Well, no, I think it's good. I think it's good, and I'm pretty positive about everything I read comics-wise. So this is going to be a little more cynical. It's just weird, I guess. It's an alternate universe version of Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. Well, Sue Richards, Invisible Woman. I always call her Susan Storm. It's weird. I don't know. That's something I've never done research on. Is it Susan Storm or Susan Richards? Let's get right back to that on thinking. But she is in this other timeline, and they learn that her powers can do much more than just the light spectrum. She can control every spectrum if she chose to. And then she has a nightmare, and all her powers are awakening at the same time during her nightmare, but she's asleep, and she accidentally kills the entire world using those new powers. Johnny is the only one who survives using his fire. He can stay warm, and he can absorb the heats of the microwaves, right? He doesn't die to those two, and you know what? Accurate. And so Invisible Woman she's invisible. This is the alternate universe, Invisible Woman. She's invisible for a while, trying to avoid Johnny because of the guilt. And eventually she can't avoid him anymore, and she just makes herself known, and she says, "Hey, Johnny, I need to talk to you." And she said, "I can't go through with this guilt anymore. Shine a light, so that way I can bend the light of your flame. Because your flame is hot enough, I can bend it and give myself a lobotomy and cut out the part that's making me feel this way." And he says, "No, I don't want to do that." And then after some arguing, he eventually gives in to help his sister. And she gives herself a lobotomy and no longer feels anything. She's happy. She only feels joy. Maybe killing everything wasn't such a bad thing, right? And you see where that's going, and then Johnny tries to stop her, and she kills him. Doesn't feel bad about it because of the lobotomy. My question was, how did she get to our universe? She's not quite as technologically smart. I guess she could just use what was in the Baxter building to use a multiversal transporter or whatever, but it really kind of showed the panel like she's ascending, like she's leaving Earth, and I thought she just traveled through the cosmos, but that never really made sense to me. But anyway, she finds her way in our universe. She starts killing Galactus, just on her own, killing him. And when the Fantastic Four of our universe get there, she's there, and she's trying to get Susan to side with her. And so the three of the Fantastic Four are up there while she's got her there, and she's talking, and eventually she goes, "Fine, if you won't join me now, I'll just give you a lobotomy like I gave myself. And then you'll join me." So The fight is incredible. The fight scene, the action work is incredible. But after this, they barely make it to their ship, and they're on their way home. And they realize that she's following them just as fast as they're going. They can't make any speed that's going as fast as they can. And so, in the last issue, there's this whole thing where Wanda, who's the Sorcerer Supreme at this point in the story, teams up with Bullseye. Well, I think it's kind of a clone of who knows. But they team up because Wanda creates a spell that's going to bring them home faster, and Bullseye can shoot it across the universe and hit, because he's the only one who can hit that shot. And there's also this weird alien invasion thing going on, and none of it just seems like it matters. It's just kind of weak. The whole Invincible Woman saga with the actual Invincible Woman. She stops calling herself Invisible Woman, starts calling herself Invincible Woman, which is kind of tough, right? But it kind of whimpers out, you know? They kind of beat her because of the spell. It's really compelling up until that point. I think the ending is kind of meh. But outside of that, I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah, the invasion plot kind of goes nowhere. The Invincible Woman ends and just kind of fizzles out. And the action works really well, actually. And I think the art is very engaging. The art is very, very good in those action scenes, especially in the last and second to last issue of that. I think it's 5 issue, or because it's Fantastic Four 10. So yeah, that 5 issue run, it's a really fun story. So if you like the Fantastic Four, go give it a shot. Go give it a look. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Let me know if you want to keep. That's about it. I'll see you.